Capturing a U.S. Senate seat from California is coveted.
The Senate is a prize. It's a very important place.
Sam Popkin is a UC San Diego political science professor.
Any senator from California could be one of the lead people on all sorts of changes in prison reform and immigration, for example.
Senator Barbara Boxer held her seat for 24 years. She moved from committee to committee, climbing up the hierarchy, and obtained the goods for California. She brought money home to build highways. She successfully sought refinance help for homeowners during the mortgage crisis, and she secured funding for drought relief projects. UC San Diego political scientist Thad Kauser says voters rewarded Boxer with 4 terms. A successor who can match her could last even longer.
Especially if you're one of these younger politicians who's running for this, you're going to be a powerful major figure in American politics for a couple decades.
California Attorney General Kamala Harris is 51. She was the first Democrat to enter the race just days after Boxer announced she would not seek a 5th term. At a California Democratic Party meeting in February, she accused Republicans of wanting to turn back progress on civil rights.
We the people, we understand our unity is our strength and our diversity is our power.
Harris walked away with the state party's endorsement despite an impassioned plea from her closest rival, fellow Democrat and Orange County Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez.
And no other candidate is more qualified to fight and win for California.
As a congressional representative, the 56-year-old Sanchez brings national experience. Her platform is similar to Harris's. Sanchez is pro-environment, pro-labor, and pro-civil rights. Republicans barely nudge the needle in surveys in the California U.S. Senate race. Like the Democratic candidates, former GOP chairman and lawyer Duff Sondheim backs gay rights. He's pro-choice, pro-immigration reform, and he speaks about income inequality, as he did on the show The Game.
We're suffering an economic earthquake in the state and in this nation. We have 8.9 million people in California alone living in poverty.
Republican competitor Tom Del Beccaro, a former GOP chairman and lawyer himself, told the show The Right Side he's focused his campaign on California's water issues and prosperity.
I come out for a flat tax. A lot of people don't know that about 150,000 Californians pay half the income tax in this state.
Former Republican gubernatorial candidate Ron Unz has also entered the race, he says, to alert voters to a measure that would undo his voter-approved initiative to require schools to teach English. The last time California sent a Republican to the U.S. Senate was in 1988, when voters re-elected Pete Wilson. Today, Democrats outnumber Republicans in the state by 15 percentage points, according to state voter registration figures. Mesa College political scientist Carl Luna says a GOP win is a pipe dream.
If Kamala Harris were to be kidnapped by space aliens and Loretta Sanchez were to be indicted for something, possibly you would end up with a Republican able to win.
Polls give Harris a big lead over Sanchez. If those numbers don't change, the two will likely duke it out beyond the June primary. The state's new system now pits the two candidates with the most votes against each other in November, regardless of party affiliation. As Attorney General, Harris may hold more statewide name recognition than Sanchez, whose congressional district is confined to Orange County. But political scientist Thad Kauser says voters may need more.
I think many Californians know Kamala Harris's political resume and her name, but we don't know yet who she is, what she stands for, what motivates her.
In part 2 of our U.S. Senate series, we'll take a closer look at Harris's life and her politics. Amita Sharma, KPBS News.